Come into my mercy tonight. You have carried enough for one day. I see the way your body feels heavy as you lie down, but it is not only your body that is tired. Your thoughts are tired. Your heart is tired. You replay moments you wish had gone differently. Words you should not have said. Attitudes you wish you could withdraw. Decisions that now sit quietly in your chest like stones. And when the room grows still, those memories grow louder. I am not distant from this moment. I was with you in every hour you now reconsider. I saw the pressure you were under. I saw the misunderstanding. I saw the weakness. I saw the temptation. I saw the part where you tried, and I saw the part where you failed. Nothing about this day surprised me. Nothing you did caught me off guard. And I am not turning away from you now. You fear that I might be disappointed beyond mercy. You wonder if you have exhausted patience. You question whether grace grows thin when mistakes repeat themselves. But listen to me closely, I do not measure my compassion the way you measure your performance. My mercy toward you is not fragile. It does not crack under the weight of your imperfection. Right now, as you lie there thinking, I am nearer than your regret. I am closer than your shame. The quiet accusation that tries to follow you into the night does not come from me. I do not whisper rejection over my beloved. I do not withdraw my presence because of a flawed afternoon. If I intended to abandon you, I would not be speaking peace over you in this moment. You feel the heaviness because you care. You feel the ache because your heart is alive. But I do not want you to carry guilt into your sleep. There is something powerful that happens when you release it before closing your eyes. When you loosen your grip on self-condemnation, you make room for my mercy to settle over you like a covering. It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not. They are new every morning, great is thy faithfulness. My compassion did not run out at sunset. It did not expire at your worst moment today. It does not diminish because you needed it again. My mercy is not recycled, it is renewed. You are not standing at the edge of my patience tonight. You are resting inside my compassion. Even now, I am softening the harsh edges of your self-judgment. I am dissolving the fear that I am keeping score. I am not keeping a tally against you. I am keeping you. Breathe slowly. Let the replay begin to fade. The day is finished. Its mistakes do not have permission to define you. I saw everything, and I remain here. That is your evidence. If I were finished with you, my presence would feel distant. Instead, you feel me drawing closer, not pushing away. There is a gentleness in my heart toward you that you are still learning to trust. You expect anger where there is mercy. You anticipate distance where there is nearness. But I am steady. I am not startled by your humanity. I am not ashamed of you. As this night deepens, allow yourself to come into my mercy fully. Let it surround the places where you feel exposed. Let it quiet the questions about whether you are still accepted. You are not barely tolerated. You are wanted. And as you release this day into my hands, you will begin to understand something deeper about the way I love you. You are still wondering if you asked for too much today. If perhaps you leaned on mercy once too often. If maybe, just maybe, I sighed in quiet disappointment the last time you stumbled. I know how your thoughts move in the dark. You imagine grace as something that can be drained, as though each mistake withdraws from a limited supply. You fear that one day you will reach the end of it. But listen carefully to me now. My mercy did not expire at sunset. It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not. They are new every morning, great is thy faithfulness. Do you hear that? My compassions fail not. They do not flicker. They do not weaken when repeated. They are not rationed according to your behavior. They are renewed, not reluctantly extended. When morning comes, mercy does not arrive tired from yesterday. It arrives fresh. You measure patience by human standards. You have seen people grow weary of forgiving. You have watched tolerance wear thin. So you assume I must be the same. But I am not governed by exhaustion. I am not irritated by your need. I am not secretly counting how many times you have returned with the same weakness in your hands. You fear disappointing me more than you fear punishment. That is what weighs on you. The thought that I might look at you with less warmth tonight. The idea that I might soften my voice because you failed again. But my love for you is not adjusted by daily performance. I do not love you more on your strong days and less on your fragile ones. Mercy is not a reward for getting most things right. It is an expression of who I am. Even when you stumbled repeatedly today, my compassion did not run dry. When you spoke too quickly, I was there. When your thoughts drifted where they should not, I was there. When you tried and fell short, I was there. And at no point did I withdraw my heart from you. You think of grace as something you must preserve by behaving carefully. But my mercy toward you is not delicate. It does not shatter under pressure. It does not shrink because you needed it again before the day ended. I knew before this morning began that you would need mercy tonight. And I prepared it in advance. You are not surprising me with your humanity. I formed you knowing your frame. I understand the tension you live in, the habits you are still unlearning, the battles you fight quietly. And my compassion accounts for all of it. Let this truth settle deeper than your fear, you have not used up grace. You may feel like you fell too many times today. You may replay the same moment with a sigh, wishing you had been stronger. But my mercy does not depend on how impressive your effort looked. It flows because my faithfulness is steady. Great is thy faithfulness. Not great is your consistency. Not great is your discipline. Great is my faithfulness. There is a difference. When you believe mercy can expire, you begin to hide. You pull back slightly. You hesitate to come close. But I am not asking you to approach cautiously tonight. I am inviting you to rest confidently. The door of compassion is not half open. It is wide. And yet, there is something even deeper than the mercy you are beginning to feel. Mercy keeps you from being consumed. Mercy holds back what would overwhelm you. But there is more than restraint in my heart toward you. There is cleansing. There is restoration. There is a removal of what burdens you. I do not simply tolerate your presence after a mistake. I move toward you with intention. I lean in closer when you feel most unworthy. That is the part you are still learning to trust. You have not disappointed me beyond forgiveness. You have not crossed into a place where my compassion cannot reach. If anything, your awareness of your need draws you nearer to my heart. So release the fear that you must perform better tomorrow to deserve fresh mercy. It is already waiting. When the morning comes, it will not arrive cautiously. It will rise with new compassion prepared for you. Tonight, you rest inside constancy. My mercy is not reluctant. It is not strained. It is not temporary. It is constant. And as you begin to believe that, you are ready to understand what complete forgiveness truly means. Now that you are beginning to believe my mercy has not run dry, I want to speak to the voice that still whispers against you. The one that grows louder when the room is quiet. The one that replays your faults and then adds harsh commentary. You know that voice. It does not merely remind you of what happened, it defines you by it. It tells you that you are inconsistent, weak, disappointing. It wraps your mistakes in identity and hands them back to you as proof that you are less than you hope to be. That voice is not mine. There is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Christ Jesus. Read that slowly in your heart. No condemnation. Not reduced condemnation. Not delayed condemnation. None. Condemnation crushes. It labels. It declares that you are guilty beyond restoration. That is not how I speak to you. You confuse conviction with condemnation because both make you aware of wrong. But they are not the same. Condemnation pushes you away in shame. Conviction draws you closer in love. Condemnation says, you are hopeless. Conviction says, this is not who you are meant to be. One suffocates, the other restores breath. When I correct you, I do not strip you of dignity. I do not raise my voice in disgust. I do not hold your failures over your head as leverage. I illuminate what needs healing because I care about your freedom. My correction is precise, not punishing. It is firm, but it is never cruel. The tension you feel right now in your chest, that tightening when you think of what you did wrong, is partly sorrow and partly fear. Sorrow can be holy, fear of rejection is not from me. I do not correct you in order to shame you. I refine you because you are mine. You expect me to grow tired of teaching you the same lessons. But I am patient in ways you do not yet understand. I am not irritated by your growth process. I am invested in it. I see where you are headed, not just where you stumbled. Listen carefully, you are not on trial tonight. You are not standing before me awaiting a verdict. The verdict has already been declared, and it is not condemnation. If I intended to crush you, I would not be speaking peace over you right now. If I intended to discard you, I would not be drawing you deeper into my presence. Shame tries to keep you distant. It tells you to hide until you improve. But hiding only strengthens the accusation. When you come into my light, shame begins to lose its grip. I do not expose you to humiliate you. I bring truth to the surface so it can be healed. There is a difference between acknowledging that you were wrong and believing that you are worthless. The first leads to growth. The second leads to despair. I will never lead you into despair. You have replayed the day enough. You have felt the sting. That is sufficient. You do not need to punish yourself further in order to prove you care. I already know your heart. I see the regret that shows you desire better. That desire matters to me more than flawless performance. So let the accusation fall silent. Let the internal prosecutor step aside. You are not condemned. Feel the tension begin to loosen. The need to defend yourself, to rehearse explanations, to brace for disappointment, release it. I am not standing over you with folded arms. I am sitting beside you, steady and calm. And this is only the beginning of what I am doing tonight. I am not just removing condemnation, I am preparing to cleanse deeper places. Not only the visible mistakes, but the roots beneath them. Not only the actions, but the hidden burdens in your heart. You thought mercy was the end of the story. It is not. Mercy kept you from being consumed. Now forgiveness will remove what clings to you. Stay with me. Let the shame dissolve completely. There is more freedom unfolding than you can yet see. Though your thoughts try to label you by what happened today, I am not finished speaking over you. You fear that something in you has been permanently marked, that your failures leave color that cannot be removed. But hear me now, though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be as white as snow, though they be red like crimson, they shall be as wool. Scarlet is bold. It stands out. It does not hide easily. That is how your mistakes feel to you tonight. Bright. Obvious. Impossible to ignore. You replay them and they seem larger than they were, louder than they were, deeper than they were. You imagine that they have seeped into who you are. But I do not see you as stained beyond renewal. I see what can be washed. I see what can be transformed. Forgiveness is not me pretending nothing happened. It is not tolerance. I do not look at crimson and call it white without change. I cleanse. I restore. I remove what does not belong in you. When I forgive, I do not simply overlook the mark, I lift it away. Picture guilt like ink dropped into clear water. At first it spreads quickly, clouding everything it touches. It convinces you that the entire vessel is ruined. But when my mercy moves through you, that darkness begins to thin. It loosens. It fades. It does not remain concentrated at the center of your identity. It disperses until clarity returns. You are not defined by what happened between sunrise and sunset. You are not the sharp word. You are not the impatient reaction. You are not the hidden thought that now embarrasses you. Those are moments, not your name. When I cleanse you, I restore closeness. Shame told you to stand back. Forgiveness draws you near again. The distance you felt was not because I stepped away, it was because you hesitated to approach. But cleansing removes hesitation. It quiets the fear that you must earn your way back into my nearness. You belong close to me. As I wash away the residue of this day, you begin to breathe differently. The tightness in your chest eases. The sense of being permanently marked softens. You are not carrying a stain into tomorrow. I am not preserving a record of it against you. Transformation is gentler than you expected. You thought cleansing would feel harsh, like scrubbing. But my work within you is careful. I do not bruise what I restore. I do not tear what I mend. I move steadily, removing what does not reflect who you are becoming. And as I cleanse you, something else happens. You realize that my love did not weaken while you struggled. It did not pull back. It did not flinch. Even when correction was needed, my heart remained steady toward you. You worry that discipline means distance. You assume that if I am displeased, I must also be absent. But even when I refine you, my hand is not withdrawn. If there is correction, it is guided by care, not rejection. My hand is stretched out still, not to strike you away, but to draw you forward. I am still holding you. You may not feel it clearly because your thoughts are restless, but my grip has not loosened. When you faltered today, I did not release you. When you doubted yourself, I did not let you fall. Even in moments when you sensed conviction, my hand remained extended. Anger is not abandonment. Correction is not exile. If I did not care, I would not shape you. If I intended to cast you off, I would not steady you. Right now, my hand is stretched toward you in mercy. Not clenched. Not withdrawn. Open. Let yourself rest in that image. You are not standing alone in the dark, trying to repair yourself before I return. I am here, close enough to steady you. Close enough to guide you. Close enough to protect you from the weight of your own self-judgment. Feel the safety of being held without condition. You do not have to brace yourself for withdrawal. You do not have to earn the right to my nearness again tonight. You are already within my reach. And as you settle into that truth, your thoughts will begin to slow. The restless replay will lose momentum. The questions will soften. There is a deeper peace waiting for you than you have known all evening. Stay here in my hold. I am about to quiet the noise inside you. You have been afraid that correction means I am stepping back from you. That if I am displeased with something in your life, I must also be distant in my heart. But listen to me carefully tonight. My hand being stretched out does not mean I am pushing you away. It means I am still reaching toward you. There are moments when I refine you. Moments when I allow you to see clearly where you have wandered. But refinement is not rejection. Discipline is not abandonment. If I withdraw my hand, you would feel cold separation. Yet here you are, still sensing my nearness, still hearing my voice gently calling you closer. That is your proof. You have misunderstood my firmness as distance. When you felt conviction earlier today, you assumed it meant I was turning from you. But conviction is the touch of my hand guiding you back to steadiness. It is not a shove, it is a steadying grip. My hand is stretched out still. Not to strike you down, but to lift you up. Not to point an accusation, but to pull you toward safety. I do not extend my hand halfway. I do not reach reluctantly. I am not hesitant about you. You fear rejection more than you fear failure. That is what tightens your chest. The thought that one day I might say, enough. But I am not like those who grew weary of you. I am not like those who withdrew affection when you disappointed them. My love does not retreat when you stumble. Even when I correct you, I hold you. Even when I reshape you, I secure you. Even when I expose what must change, I do not loosen my grasp. You are safer than you think. Feel the steadiness of my hold. It is not fragile. It does not depend on your flawless behavior. It is anchored in my commitment to you. I chose to love you knowing your weaknesses. I chose to remain knowing your process would be slow at times. I am not startled by your humanity. If there were anger without mercy, you would sense distance. But my correction flows through love. It carries warmth, not coldness. When I speak truth to you, it is because I refuse to leave you unchanged, not because I wish to leave you behind. Tonight, my hand is not withdrawn. It is extended over you. Over your thoughts. Over your heart. Over the places that still feel tender from today's missteps. I am not standing apart, observing from a distance. I am close enough to steady your breathing. Let the fear of rejection dissolve. You are not on the edge of being cast aside. You are not balancing on the thin line of my patience. You are within my grasp. Held. Known. Kept. The moments that embarrassed you today did not cause me to step back. The weakness you regret did not make me reconsider loving you. If anything, your awareness of your need draws you nearer into my embrace. I am not offended by your dependence. I welcome it. Rest your thoughts in that truth. My hand being stretched out still means I am still invested. Still attentive. Still protective. Still guiding. I have not abandoned you to your own strength. And because you are held, you do not have to strive tonight. You do not have to mentally rehearse how you will improve tomorrow in order to secure my affection. Improvement will come, growth will unfold, but it will not be driven by fear of losing me. It will grow from security. Security changes everything. When you know you are held, your heart softens. When you know you are not about to be rejected, your defenses lower. And as your defenses lower, your thoughts will begin to slow. You have been carrying tension in your mind, replaying scenes, preparing arguments, anticipating disappointment. But you do not need to brace yourself any longer. I am not withdrawing. I am covering you. Stay in my hold for a moment longer. Let your shoulders release. Let your jaw unclench. Let the tightness in your chest ease. My hand is not leaving you in the dark. And now that you know you are secure, I will begin to quiet the noise inside you. Now that you know you are still held, you can finally loosen your grip on what you have been carrying. You have been replaying conversations in your mind, editing them, wishing you could step back into those moments and respond differently. You have been rehearsing apologies you may never speak, defending yourself in imaginary arguments, revisiting decisions that now feel heavier in the quiet. This is the weight you drag into the night. Lay it down. You were not designed to carry guilt into sleep. Your mind was not created to solve yesterday while tomorrow waits at the door. The tension you feel behind your eyes, the restlessness that keeps your thoughts circling, is the strain of holding what I have already invited you to release. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. You hear those words, but you hesitate. You think rest must be earned by fixing everything first. You think peace comes after you correct every misstep. But rest is not a reward for perfection. It is a gift given in surrender. You labored today. Not only in work, but in emotion. You tried to hold yourself together. You tried to respond wisely. You tried to manage pressure. Some moments you handled well. Others you did not. But the labor is finished for now. You do not have to carry it into the night. Bring me the sharp words you regret. Bring me the tone you wish had been softer. Bring me the impatience that surprised even you. Do not hold them tightly as proof of your failure. Release them as evidence of your need. I am not asking you to deny what happened. I am asking you to stop gripping it. Feel how your thoughts resist slowing down. They want to analyze. They want to fix. They want to calculate how tomorrow will be better. But overthinking does not produce peace. It produces exhaustion. You can trust me with what you cannot undo. Let the replay fade. Not because it did not matter, but because I am already working beyond it. When you surrender the weight, you make room for rest to settle in. Guilt occupies space that peace was meant to fill. Tonight, you are allowed to rest before everything feels resolved. You are allowed to sleep while growth is still unfolding. You are allowed to close your eyes without solving every weakness. I am not asking you to ignore responsibility. I am asking you to trust that I can carry what you cannot fix in this moment. Notice how your breathing begins to slow when you stop rehearsing. Notice how the pressure in your chest eases when you admit you cannot change what is already done. That softening is not avoidance, it is surrender. You are heavy laden, not only with tasks but with self-expectation. You expected more from yourself today. You expected sharper discipline, calmer responses, stronger resolve. When you did not meet that standard, you punished yourself internally. But I am not asking you to punish yourself. I am inviting you to rest. Rest is not weakness. It is trust. As you release the day into my hands, something powerful happens within you. The grip of guilt loosens. The urgency to fix everything subsides. The noise begins to quiet. This is how peace begins, not by denying your need, but by bringing it to me. Lay down the weight of proving yourself. Lay down the weight of replaying every flaw. Lay down the weight of anticipating tomorrow's challenges before they arrive. I will give you rest. Not temporary distraction. Not shallow calm. Rest that reaches your spirit. Rest that steadies your mind. Rest that prepares you for a new morning without dragging yesterday behind it. You do not need to carry this into your sleep. I am here to hold it. And as you settle into that release, I will not only quiet your mind, I will guard your rest. My child, now that you have laid down the weight, now that your hands are no longer clutching yesterday, listen to me carefully. You are not going into this night alone. You are not falling asleep unprotected. You are not closing your eyes in uncertainty. You are resting under my watch. You have released the burden. You have surrendered the replayed conversations. You have placed the sharp words, the mistakes, the regrets into my hands. And because you have done that, peace is now permitted to enter. Forgiven hearts sleep peacefully. Not perfect hearts. Forgiven hearts. Hear my word. I will both lay me down in peace, and sleep, for thou, Lord, only makest me dwell in safety. Psalm 4 verse 8. This is not just poetry. This is promise. You lay down. I remain awake. You close your eyes. I keep watch. You rest. I guard. The night has always made you feel vulnerable. When the lights go off, your strength feels smaller. The silence becomes louder. Thoughts attempt to grow larger than truth. But tonight, I surround you. My presence is not thin. My covering is not fragile. My protection is not symbolic. It is real. I stand between you and what you fear. I guard your door. I guard your mind. I guard your body. I guard your home. Nothing touches you without passing me first. Do you understand what that means? The enemy does not have free access. Fear does not have legal authority. Nightmares do not have permission. Darkness does not outrank me. I am the keeper who does not sleep. Even when your breathing becomes slow. Even when your body becomes still. Even when your thoughts finally quiet. My eyes remain open. You have spent many nights trying to protect yourself with worry. But worry has never guarded you. Anxiety has never strengthened your walls. Overthinking has never secured your tomorrow. I have. Every night you made it through. I carried you. Every morning you woke up. I sustained you. Every unseen danger you never knew about. I blocked it. You do not know how much I have shielded you from. And you do not need to. Security does not require explanation. It requires trust. So rest. Let your shoulders soften. Let your jaw unclench. Let your breathing slow. I am nearer than you think. You fear what could happen while you sleep. But what if I told you something? Sleep is not weakness in my kingdom. It is trust. When you sleep, you are declaring, God is strong enough to watch while I cannot. And I am. You are not exposed. You are covered. You are not defenseless. You are defended. You are not unguarded. You are surrounded. My angels encamp around you. My peace settles over your room like a blanket. My spirit quiets the atmosphere. Even the air around you responds to my authority. If there has been tension in your home, I calm it. If there has been heaviness in your mind, I lift it. If there has been fear trying to whisper, I silence it. Tonight is not a night of disturbance. It is a night of divine stillness. And listen carefully. Because you have released guilt. Because you have surrendered regret. Because you have accepted my mercy. The accuser has nothing left to hold over you. Condemnation has been dismissed. Shame has been dismissed. Your record is not on trial tonight. You are not sleeping under judgment. You are sleeping under grace. This is why peace is entering you now. Peace is not the absence of problems. Peace is the presence of me. And I am here. I am at the head of your bed. I am at the foot of your bed. I am in the room. I am in your breathing. I am in your tomorrow. Nothing will surprise me before morning. Nothing will catch me off guard. Nothing will overpower my hand. Let your mind stop scanning for threats. Let your thoughts stop preparing for disasters that have not happened. You do not need to stay alert. I am alert. You do not need to stay strong. I am strong. You do not need to guard yourself. I guard you. And as you drift into sleep, something else is happening. I am restoring you. Sleep is not empty time. It is sacred repair. While your body rests, I renew it. While your mind pauses, I recalibrate it. While your heart slows, I strengthen it. You awake lighter than you laid down. You awake clearer than you felt tonight. You awake with strength you did not manufacture. Because I will have been working while you were resting. This is the rhythm of grace. You release. I restore. You surrender. I secure. You sleep. I sustain. And tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow is already in my hands. There is provision waiting. There is wisdom waiting. There is favor waiting. There is strength waiting. You are not going to wake up alone. I will meet you in the morning just as surely as I am with you now. The sun will rise. And with it, fresh mercy. Not recycled mercy. Fresh mercy. New grace for new challenges. New strength for new assignments. New clarity for new decisions. But for now, you do not need tomorrow's strength. You need tonight's peace. So breathe slowly. Whisper my name if you need to. Let the quiet wrap around you. You are safe. You are covered. You are forgiven. You are guarded. Close your eyes without fear. Lay down in peace. Sleep deeply. For I, the Lord, make you dwell in safety. And when morning comes, you will rise renewed. My child, as you rest beneath my covering, as your breathing grows softer and your heart settles into the rhythm of my peace, hear me clearly now. Tomorrow is not carrying today. What happened today does not have permission to follow you into the morning. The mistake you made. The words you regret. The weakness you showed. The moment you wish you could undo. It stops here. You fear repetition. You fear waking up and being the same. Falling into the same pattern. Thinking the same thoughts. Making the same choices. But listen carefully. Failure is not your identity. It was a moment. And moments do not define sons and daughters. Hear my word. As far as the east is from the west, so far hath he removed our transgressions from us. Psalm 103 verse 12. Do you understand that distance? East and west never meet. They do not collide. They do not reconnect. They do not circle back into each other. That is how far I have separated you from what you confessed. Not partially removed. Not temporarily covered. Removed. You keep revisiting what I have already released. You keep carrying what I have already cast away. You keep reattaching yourself to what I have detached from you. But tonight, I am cutting that cord. Tomorrow will not be contaminated by today. Grace does not expire at midnight. Mercy does not reset against you. The forgiveness you received is not on probation. It is complete. You are not waking up with yesterday's label. You are waking up with my name over you. And my name is not failure. My name is not disappointment. My name is not almost. My name over you is redeemed. You fear repeated failure because you think change depends entirely on your strength. But transformation is not self-manufactured. It is heart-renewed. And that is what I am doing. I am not just forgiving your actions. I am reshaping your desires. I am not just clearing your record. I am cleansing your motives. I am not just separating you from sin. I am separating sin from your appetite. Tomorrow is not a replay. It is a reset. The enemy wants you to believe that you are trapped in cycles. That you are predictable. That you will always go back. That nothing truly changes. But cycles are broken by my spirit. Patterns are interrupted by my presence. Habits are weakened by my power. You are not as stuck as you feel. You are not as bound as you fear. You are not as defined as your memory suggests. Look at how far I have already brought you. There were things you once did without conviction that now grieve your heart. There were attitudes you once justified that now trouble your spirit. That is growth. That is evidence of my work inside you. Condemnation says, you are still the same. Conviction says, you are becoming new. And you are becoming new. Tomorrow carries new mercy. Tomorrow carries new strength. Tomorrow carries a cleaner heart than yesterday held. You think your weakness is louder than my grace. It is not. Grace speaks stronger than failure. Grace writes over shame. Grace interrupts repetition. As you sleep tonight, something quiet but powerful is happening. I am reaching deeper than behavior. I am touching the root. The insecurity beneath the action. The fear beneath the anger. The exhaustion beneath the poor decision. The loneliness beneath the compromise. I do not only trim branches. I heal roots. You fear waking up and facing the same temptation. But you will not face it alone. And you will not face it unchanged. When temptation comes, my spirit will remind you who you are. When old thoughts whisper, my truth will answer louder. When weakness tries to rise, my strength will meet it. Tomorrow is not a continuation of guilt. It is an opportunity for obedience. And obedience does not require perfection. It requires dependence. You are learning to depend on me. That is why tonight matters. Because tonight you released the weight. Tonight you accepted forgiveness. Tonight you stopped arguing with grace. That changes tomorrow. You are not dragging chains into the morning. You are stepping into it lighter. Hear me again. As far as the east is from the west. That distance is not emotional. It is spiritual reality. Your sin is not hovering near you. It is not trailing behind you. It is not waiting to reattach itself. It has been removed. Stop measuring your future by your past. Stop forecasting failure. Stop assuming collapse. I am the God of new beginnings. And new beginnings are not fragile when they are rooted in me. Tomorrow does not wake up angry at you. Tomorrow does not wake up suspicious of you. Tomorrow does not wake up remembering what I have erased. I am already in your tomorrow. Preparing conversations. Arranging protection. Positioning favor. Strengthening your steps. And I am not preparing it with yesterday's record in hand. I am preparing it with grace. Let this truth sink into your tired mind. You are not stuck in a loop. You are walking in redemption. And redemption moves forward. Now rest in that. Let go of the fear that you will ruin everything again. Let go of the anxiety that change will not last. Let go of the silent dread of, what if I fail again? If you stumble, I lift. If you struggle, I strengthen. If you fall, I restore. But you are not destined to repeat. You are destined to grow. Tomorrow is clean. Tomorrow is open. Tomorrow is not stained. And as you continue to drift into deeper rest, I am preparing something even deeper than forgiveness. I am preparing purification. Not just removal of guilt, but renewal of heart. Not just distance from sin, but transformation within. Sleep now knowing this. Your future is not chained to your mistake. Morning will rise without accusation. And when you open your eyes, you will step into a day that is not carrying today. For I have removed your transgressions far from you. And I am making you new from the inside out. My child, tomorrow is clean because I am not only removing your sin, I am renewing your heart. You have heard me say that your future is not chained to your mistake. Now let me go deeper. Some guilt does not sit on the surface. It hides. It lingers quietly beneath your words. It whispers beneath your worship. It follows you even after forgiveness has been declared. You smile outwardly, but inwardly you still feel stained. You say, God has forgiven me, yet somewhere inside you still feel unworthy, still feel slightly unclean, still feel not quite restored. That is why I am speaking now. Because I do not only erase records. I cleanse hearts. Listen to the cry of David. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Psalm 51 verse 10. Notice the word create. Not adjust. Not polish. Not temporarily repair. Create. When I create, I do not patch old material. I bring forth something new. And that is what I am doing inside you. Some of your shame is not about what you did. It is about what you think it says about you. You fear it reveals something broken at your core. You fear it exposes a flaw too deep to fix. You fear it proves you are not who you hoped you were. But listen to me carefully. Your sin revealed weakness. It did not redefine your identity. You are not secretly corrupt. You are not secretly disgusting. You are not secretly beyond restoration. You are human. And you are mine. Hidden guilt loses power when exposed to my light. So let me gently shine. Let me enter the corners of your thoughts. The memory you avoid revisiting. The image that makes you wince. The sentence you wish you could erase. The decision you still feel embarrassed about. Bring it closer, not to condemn you, but to cleanse you. Self-disgust is not humility. It is misunderstanding my grace. When I forgive, I do not hold my nose. When I restore, I do not hesitate. When I cleanse, I do not leave residue. You may still feel the emotional echo of your mistake. But emotion is not truth. Truth is this. You are washed. You are accepted. You are not spiritually contaminated. And tonight, as your body rests, I am doing delicate heart work. I am purging the need to punish yourself. I am dissolving the silent vow that says, I don't deserve peace. I am lifting the heaviness that sits behind your ribs. Some of you have been carrying shame for years. Not because I refuse to forgive you, but because you refuse to fully receive it. You confessed the act. But you never surrendered the shame. You asked for pardon. But you still labeled yourself. That label ends tonight. You are not the one who failed. You are not the one who ruined things. You are not the one who always messes up. You are my beloved. And beloved people are corrected, not discarded. When I cleanse your heart, I am also renewing your spirit. A right spirit. A steady spirit. A secure spirit. A spirit that does not spiral at every memory. I am strengthening the part of you that stands upright again. The part that believes again. The part that says, I can rise. You are not meant to live in constant internal apology. You are meant to live in restored fellowship. When you come to me, I do not hand you a list of past failures. I open my arms. When you pray, I do not replay your worst moments. I listen. When you worship, I do not measure you against yesterday. I receive you. Let that sink into your tired heart. The version of you that is lying here right now, softened. Honest. Surrendered. That is who I am shaping. And I am cleaning the inside gently. Not harshly. Not violently. Not with accusation. But with steady, healing love. Imagine cool water running over something stained. Not scrubbing to tear it apart, but washing until the discoloration fades. That is what my spirit is doing. Every hidden thought that says, you are still dirty, I am answering it with truth. Every internal flinch, I am calming it. Every layer of self-rejection, I am peeling it away. You do not have to despise yourself to grow. You do not have to hate yourself to change. Growth that is fueled by shame produces fear. Growth that is fueled by love produces transformation. And I am transforming you. I am giving you a cleaner lens. A quieter conscience. A steadier pulse. A softer inner voice. The war inside you is quieting. The argument is slowing. The harsh tone you use on yourself is fading. Because I am renewing a right spirit within you. A spirit that rests in grace. A spirit that trusts my mercy. A spirit that stands without shrinking. Now feel what is happening. Your breathing is deeper. Your chest is lighter. Your thoughts are less sharp. This is what inner cleansing feels like. Not dramatic. But peaceful. You are not being erased. You are being renewed. And as this cleansing settles fully into you, I am leading you somewhere beautiful. Not just forgiveness. Not just protection. Not just renewal. But deep rest. The kind of rest that comes when nothing inside you is fighting anymore. The kind of rest that comes when shame has been silenced. The kind of rest that comes when your heart is clean and your spirit is steady. Stay here with me. Let the cleansing complete its quiet work. Let the last traces of hidden guilt dissolve. You are not who shame said you were. You are who I say you are. And I say you are clean. Now prepare your heart. Because I am about to lower you into the deepest peace of the night. The kind of peace that carries you all the way into healing sleep. My child, stay here with me. Do not rush this moment. Your heart has been cleansed. Your tomorrow has been separated from today. Your shame has been silenced. Your night has been guarded. Now I want you to do one simple thing. Sleep. Sleep in my forgiveness. Not in uncertainty. Not in hesitation. Not wondering if I truly meant what I said. Sleep in it. Let it hold you. Let it cover you. Let it settle deeper than your thoughts. You are forgiven. Not tolerated. Not temporarily excused. Not conditionally accepted. Forgiven. There is a difference. To tolerate is to endure someone reluctantly. To forgive is to restore someone completely. I have restored you. I am not watching you tonight with crossed arms. I am not replaying your failure. I am not measuring your sincerity. I have already extended mercy. And mercy has already done its work. Breathe that in slowly. You are forgiven. When you turn in your bed tonight, you are turning as someone forgiven. When you close your eyes, you are closing them as someone forgiven. When you wake in the morning, you will rise as someone forgiven. Nothing about that changes while you sleep. My forgiveness does not fade overnight. It does not weaken in the dark. It does not expire at sunrise. It stands. Steady. Complete. Unmoved. You have been searching your own heart for leftover guilt. But I have searched it too. And where you expected accusation, I placed cleansing. Where you expected disappointment, I placed mercy. Where you expected distance, I drew near. You are not barely accepted. You are fully embraced. Let that truth slow your breathing. Let it quiet the last restless thought. You do not need to earn rest tonight. Rest is not payment for perfection. Rest is the inheritance of the forgiven. And you are forgiven. Listen to the rhythm of my voice. You are not condemned. You are not rejected. You are not disqualified. You are not beyond repair. You are not secretly resented. You are not spiritually fragile. You are mine. And I do not forgive halfway. The enemy accuses loudly. But I speak finally. The enemy reminds you of what you were. But I declare who you are. The enemy whispers, you will fail again. But I say, you are being made new. And my word is the one that stands. Let your body grow heavier against the mattress. Let your hands unclench. Let your jaw soften. You do not need to rehearse apologies in your mind anymore. You do not need to promise me better performance tomorrow. You do not need to negotiate with grace. Grace has already chosen you. Tonight there is no trial in heaven concerning you. No case open. No file pending. No quiet disappointment being recorded. There is peace. There is covering. There is mercy renewed. There is a father watching over a forgiven child. If tears form in your eyes right now, let them fall. They are not tears of shame. They are the release of pressure. You have carried enough. You have judged yourself enough. You have replayed enough. Now exhale. Slowly. Deeply. Completely. I forgive you. Say it quietly in your spirit. He forgives me. Again. He forgives me. Let it sink beneath memory. Let it sink beneath emotion. Let it sink into identity. You are not the mistake. You are not the moment. You are not the weakness. You are forgiven. And because you are forgiven, you are free. Free from replay. Free from self-punishment. Free from silent condemnation. Free from the weight of, I should have known better. Freedom is not loud tonight. It is gentle. It feels like calm. It feels like warmth spreading through your chest. It feels like safety. It feels like surrender without fear. Everything I promised you, I have done. I removed condemnation. I stretched my hand toward you in mercy. I invited you to lay down your weight. I guarded you through the night. I separated your tomorrow from today. I purified your heart. Now I seal it with peace. Nothing is unfinished. Nothing is unresolved. Nothing is lingering. You are forgiven. And you may sleep. Sleep without bracing for punishment. Sleep without preparing explanations. Sleep without expecting rejection. Sleep knowing you are loved. Sleep knowing you are restored. Sleep knowing you are secure. If a stray thought tries to rise as you drift off, answer it gently. I am forgiven. If anxiety attempts to tap at your mind, whisper softly. I am forgiven. If shame tries one last time to speak, remind it. I am forgiven. And let that be the final word tonight. My child. The night is calm. Your heart is clean. Your future is untouched by today. Your spirit is steady. Your body is safe. Your soul is covered. Rest now. I am here. I remain here. Through every hour of the night, I remain. Through every dream, I remain. Through every breath, I remain. And when morning comes, you will wake not as someone barely accepted, but as someone fully forgiven. Now close your eyes. Let peace settle completely. Let guilt dissolve entirely. Let mercy hold you gently. Sleep in my forgiveness. Sleep in my peace. Sleep in my love. You are forgiven. And you are free. My dear friend, if you have listened this far, this was not accidental. Tonight was not just about sleep. It was about freedom. You did not just hear words, you walked through release. You laid down guilt. You received mercy. You were guarded. You were cleansed. You were restored. And now you are forgiven. Not tolerated. Not managed.